Well, hello, everyone. We are here in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, my name is Gary Holstenberg. I'm Director of Marketing at Storm Bowling Products. With me today, Don Moos. How are you, Don?
Good and doing good, Gary. How about you?
I'm great. We are covering today the finals for the TAT Senior Championship. We're down to the final 8 right now. They're finishing up this match. There's two divisions. There's a scratch division and then a handicap division. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a winner out of each of those divisions. They are going to They're going to combine and bowl each other in a head-to-head winner-take-all. Lane 17 and 18 right in front of our booth. We're going to call the action.
Exciting.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, very
It's pretty cool. So the Orleans is great. They've got a great staff. They take care of their lanes immaculately. And Doan, tell me, speaking of lanes, what have you seen this week? I just got here last night, so I missed a lot of the play from yesterday and the day before. But you were here from the get-go. You set this all up for Storm. You've worked with all the hundreds of players that have come in and seeking advice from you. What are you seeing? What's going on?
Well, last year, comparatively, the gutter played very well, which we know. This year, it's very tricky. It's really dependent upon the angle you're playing and dependent upon the topography of the pair you're on. The bowlers that have tacted the best have very few been able to open up and actually swing the ball to the gutter. They've been playing more parallel or even really closing the lane down and trying and almost play like a direct line to the pocket per se. There's also been some bowlers that had some luck moving in, but in the morning they've been extremely difficult, extremely sensitive. The bowlers have used quite a bit of surface in the morning, and then as the lanes changed, they were able to go ahead and use multiple types of bowling balls and multiple angles. As you're going to see by the finalists here, we got a couple guys playing further out, and we have a couple guys playing further in with some success.
I think what I noticed, too, just watching today, and correct me if I'm wrong, but, again, all styles of play are having some success. If you bowl well and you make your spares, you can overcome the challenging oil pattern.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if you're a lefty, a righty, you hook it a lot, throw it straighter. We've seen people succeed with all different angles.
Absolutely. The pattern does not discriminate towards styles. It's all execution and keeping the ball in play.
Yep.
Being patient, picking your spares, trying to leave stuff that's actually somewhat makeable, and getting good count. But it's all right down to basics as far as simple execution.
Right now our camera is on 15 and 16. The gentleman just bowling, Warren Eels, he's been a friend of mine for a very long time, and he is an amazing bowler.
He's a very good shot maker. Very good shot maker.
He is a shot maker. He was with the team that had a little run at winning an Eagle this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dave Srigliano. You know Dave Srigliano, and then he bowled on that team up in Reno. Excellent team, excellent bowlers. They've all been friends for a long time. They have good styles. They know they're shot makers. They're like you, Doan. They're the opposite of me when it comes to bowling. Oh man.
You won't be able to tell that by my ABC score USBC score this year.
Did you think they were hard?
Oh, they were brutal. and as far as when we started, we played pretty well, but we had a few guys that jumped out of the zone too quick, and we made them pretty tough pretty fast.
Well, we have a live chat for people that are at home that want to check in and send us a message. One of my favorite things, Doan, about this event is just I come every 6 months, right? There's a February TAT, there's a July TAT. Usually the July one ends July 4th, right?
Yes.
And usually we're here in Las Vegas on July 4th. This
Yes.
year, it started on July 4th.
We were still here in Las Vegas on July 4th.
We were still here, but it just they kind of shifted it back to try to accommodate people as I think their travel schedule. You know, it's hard on a holiday weekend to get out here.
Oh, sure.
I think we're going to see a lot of people showing up toward the end of the week this week. So
I agree. I think we're going to have a lot of bowlers show up for the last couple days. It's always nice to come to Vegas.
and it's a fun tournament. If you've never bowled it before, I always say when we do these broadcasts, this is one of those tournaments that you just want, if you're an amateur bowler at home, you want to sign up and come out and enjoy the week because you meet a lot of great people. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to have just a lot of fun. It's a good time. They run a great tournament. The whole Jamie McWilliams and his crew and Brad Edelman, and they just do an awesome job.
They do a great job. Very professional. I really like the feel that the TAT attracts. You get a large plethora of different styles of bowlers and different averages. There's some very good players out here participating this week. Very talented bowlers.
Absolutely. And it's an international field.
It certainly
We
is.
have, we talk about Alex. He brings a team from Mexico, and it's between 50, 60, 70 bowlers. I think this year they're just under 60 bowlers that come up and participate, and Storm helps them out. One of the things that I got my shameless Storm plug for our little broadcast today is the fact of how Storm's involved with these players. We're laying out balls for them. We're coaching. We're helping. We're just trying to get them to have the best tournament that they can have.
Absolutely.
And it's fun for me, and I know it's fun for you. You thrive on it, being a competitive bowler and a former collegiate standout, and I know you love helping, right?
Oh, I love it. It's a nice way to give back. It's my eyes. The sport's been very gracious, in my account, and this is a nice way of giving back and sharing a little bit of what you learned over the years. You hear the bowlers walk up and they say, "Well, I got a very silly question." And it's like, everybody's got questions they feel is silly. Feel free to ask them. Let's just put the think tank together and see if we can't figure out how to make the best decision possible.
Well, Warren Eels getting up on 15 is in a tight match. He pulled that one, got away a 9 count.
Boy, that is a close
So it's
match.
coming. It is. Yeah, it's coming down to the end. They're very close. He's battling another great player from Utah, Gary, and this is a tough draw for these guys. Two
Certainly
extreme shot makers going on right there. What ball you like this week, Doan? Has there been a standout ball that you just have felt like really is matching up to this oil pattern?
I've seen the lock actually perform very well. The snap lock has done very good later in the blocks. I've seen a few bowlers actually throw pitch blues
Wow.
with a lot of surface.
Those must be the two-handed young bowlers, because my
Two-handed.
pitch blue, I need to throw when they're dry. When the lanes start getting dry, or that wet dry house shot when
Sure.
you want to play the straighter through the fronts.
Yeah, they've actually used quite a bit of surface to get the ball to pick up. The IQ 30 has had some looks more towards the evening, but the IQ Tour has been a very good-looking ball out here. It really depends upon the style and the area of the lane they want to play that really makes the ball set apart for that particular bowler, if that makes any sense.
It makes good sense to me, sir. So on the right lanes, the final
He
four
has
bowling.
to pick this to win.
Well, we don't know that because we don't know the handicap.
Oh, that's right. That is
Yeah,
correct.
we don't know how that's factored in. I know he started with the front 5, and then he had trouble at the end of that game there. The gentleman, the lefty on that pair. So 190 to 189, but there is a slight difference in the
handicap. Boy, that was a
Now
close
on
match.
lane 22, his name is Craig.
Okay.
And Craig, one of our favorite competitors from about a year or so ago was Turbo Man. Do you remember Turbo Man?
No, I don't.
We were in the booth calling the Storm Challenge, and Turbo Man was in there. And this is Turbo Man's father, Craig.
Ah,
So
gotcha.
I'm calling him Turbo Man Senior. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Going into the next match, we're going to have all the names, city, state, division, some of the bowling accomplishments of all the bowlers as the field gets down to the final 4. Right now we're at the final 8 in the senior championship. Super close match over here, Gary and Warren. We've got a couple pins, and they both bowled a clean game. I can't tell you how hard that is.
Oh.
And the Brooklyn for what looks to be the win.
It certainly does.
220, could be 220.
221, 219. If he strikes out.
He needs 9 to win, huh?
Certainly does. One thing I enjoy about the tournament, just the craziest things have happened sometimes in pressure situations like this.
It's amazing.
It is.
Well, there's 7. So there's an opening for Warren to get up, and 218. Warren needs all 3 to win by 1 pin. That's in the scratch division. Looks like Warren's showing the new Storm snap lock over there.
It certainly is.
That ball's been pretty impressive, I got to tell you.
Oh, it's phenomenal. We bowled a tournament down in Louisville. It's called the Derby. And that ball matched up better than anything I've ever seen in my life. No matter what style it was, the ball just fed itself to the pocket. It was amazing. And the thing hits hard.
Did you bowl the tournament yourself?
Yes, I did.
How'd you bowl?
I bowled good, considering I haven't thrown a ball for a year before walking in the door down there. I can't complain. First shot. Oh.
Did he hit it? I can't see.
No, he gave a good run.
It's a good ball. This gentleman bowled 2 clean games here. Hey, Jamie, can you get them? Can you get those? And then just pass them up right here. Thanks. Can you hear me, Dome?
Certainly
can. You hear me, Dome?
Certainly can.
All right, listen. We got a special guest coming in the booth. I think you're gonna take off for a minute.
Sure.
Go get us some waters, maybe. Maybe go to that Baskin Robbins downstairs to get some ice cream.
I hear mint chocolate chip calling.
Mint chocolate chip. Brandon Allred's going to come in. He's the marketing manager for Logo Infusion, and he's going to come and chat a little bit about Logo Infusion and their involvement here in Las Vegas. This is their corporate headquarters. Their world headquarters are right here, and so welcome, Brandon.
Thanks for having me, Gary.
How are you? Good. Hey, look, there we are. We're both wearing our Logo Infusion jerseys. The one I'm wearing actually is a special edition that you made just for the TAT bowlers, correct?
That is correct.
And so go through a little bit of that process. Like any bowler, anybody can order a custom jersey. They can put anything that they want on the jersey, their favorite brands, their own personal charitable organization, a picture. I saw Jocko's had his. He has one that has like pets on it or something.
Sure
so
does.
You
He
can
has
put
a
pictures.
picture of his dog on the sleeve or
Right.
something like that, I think.
Yeah. So tell everyone, how does it all work, and how do they go about ordering their own custom jersey, and a little bit about your involvement with the big tournaments here in Las Vegas.
Sure. Well, starting off, we've got a couple of different product categories available on our website that customers can choose from. We have what we call our Logo Infusion original jerseys, which are items that cannot really be personalized or edited. They're quick turnaround, 10 to 12 days, because we know the process is a little bit lengthy at times.
Sure. When
So-
you're doing a custom order, right?
Correct. I mean,
Okay.
if we're talking about a fully customized jersey, then we start to get into our authentic line or our masterpiece line, where we have name options available or the ability to add other manufacturer logos branded with Pro Shop logos, for example.
Yeah.
We have that option as well. That's typically a 3-week turnaround time, give or take.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have the fully customized jersey, what we call our self-portrait line, which is the customer taking care of all of the design elements, taking care of the color schemes, giving us ideas to run with. And then that in itself takes production time, around 3 weeks, a couple days worth of artwork time as well. And that can be ordered via our website. We have a contact form you can fill out and send some ideas to our artists, or you can contact our sales team directly as well and get the ball rolling.
And what's the website? What is that?
That would be logoinfusion.com.
.com. You're too young to remember those commercials, I think. .com.
No, I remember some of them.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I know you have a big display here. How many of the jerseys, the TAT jerseys, has there been a lot of demand for them? I know we're doing a little special promotion together
Exactly.
for players bowling and winning in the event and bowling honor scores in the event. They get some bonuses if they're wearing one of your jerseys and it has our brand on it. Tell the folks at home about that.
I believe right now we're doing a 300 while wearing the jersey. I believe you're given 2 balls and a 2-ball tote, if I'm not mistaken. And then if they were to win the tournament while wearing that jersey, you would give them 3 balls and a 3-ball roller, and then we would kick in $500 cash.
Nice.
So we had quite a few pre-orders for those jerseys. And then we've got some on site here. Non-personalized, they're just available for sale. And then we're taking orders through the end of the day today to where we can have them prepped and ready to go by Friday so the folks can wear it for the finals.
Very good.
So we have options.
We have options. Now at the high end, we have how many lanes are here? 70?
70, yes.
70 beautiful little lanes. Now, the lanes have recently, we talked about this earlier, Don and I talked about that they've recently kind of been leveled. Were you around for that?
I was not around, but I did hear that they were taking care of that for the Queens, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you oversee that too, Brandon?
I'm sorry?
Did you oversee that as well?
Oh, yeah, because...
Because that's what you do.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
do everything.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Jack of all trades.
Hey, so see those banners behind us, that nice little snap lock one and everything? Logo Infusion also does that stuff. So you help us out at Storm. You've produced these banners for us and the backdrop. And, again, if you have a business at home and you're looking for custom tablecloths and banners, these are all things that you guys can help because you own the whole process, correct?
That is correct, and we're not just a retail business as well. We have an outlet for wholesalers. We've got a pro shop program that we have hundreds of pro shops around the country and internationally on board with retailing our product, creating their own custom jerseys that brand their shop or their bowling center to then retail to customers. We handle the tablecloths, the banners. We do award pennants that are sublimated fabric and everything as well. So we've got a bunch of different options outside of just jerseys.
You're right. Do you guys give tours if someone was in town and they wanted to see Logo Infusion headquarters? Is that like Anheuser-Busch? You know, big old tours and Clydesdales come through.
Oh yeah, the whole 9. We got a band and everything to play.
A band.
We actually did test that idea here during Bowl Expo for some of our pro shop and industry partners. We offered tours just to kind of get a gauge and see what we can put together, say, on the retail side of things.
Right.
The potential is there. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Follow you guys on Facebook, I imagine.
Facebook,
right?
Twitter, Instagram, you name it.
All
At
of
Logo Infusion, all of it.
Everything. Okay. Well, good. So we're getting down. We've got a couple of finalists here, the final 4. We've got 2 in the scratch, 2 in the handicap. They're going to bowl for the right to bowl the championship. So
Good deal. Who do we have?
You going to stick around and watch that? Well, I know we've got Steve Harms is in here. He's from our area in Utah, and we're getting the results are coming up.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Greg Newer, he's always in there. Covina, California. His accomplishments here, can you read that? Some 300, some 800, some wins, blah, 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 blah.
That's awesome.
I think what he's saying is he has a lot and he doesn't remember.
That's probably it. Access his bowl.com account and take a look at the profile.
Steve Harms here, his thanks, Jamie. Jamie's handed Greg Walters Sr. and Roberto Torres. These are the championships here.
Good deal.
So Roberto is one of our friends. They're going to be on 15 and 16. That's Roberto versus Greg Walters Sr. from Slidell, Louisiana. And then on 19 and 20, Steve Harms and Greg, as we mentioned. So that was a good shot. Another snap lock rolling down the leg, Greg there. So we're going to get the cameras turned back over to the bowling action taking place on 15, 16, 19, and 20. Championship's going to be on 17 and 18. Brandon, what's the most fun part about your job?
I would definitely have to say it's coming to some of these events and interacting with some of the bowlers. I mean, seeing the excitement of having product on hand and seeing, the bowlers interact with what we've created, it's quite fun, that much I can say. I've had the opportunity to do quite a bit of traveling this year to various events, including some junior events, collegiate events, larger national amateur events. I mean, it's been a good run so far. So
when's your next event after the TAT?
After the TAT, I will be heading to Indianapolis on Monday morning for the Collegiate Expo.
And then Junior Gold or no Junior Gold?
No Junior Gold for us this year. We're sticking with the Turbo Collegiate Expo. So that's 3 days in the middle of the week next week.
So kind of a funny thing at home. Like I travel a lot with Storm. You travel a lot. We do not share our schedules with each other, but we find ourselves in the same building a lot.
Many
right?
times. Many times.
Last week we were like hanging out at Bull Expo. Now we're here at the TAT. You're going to Indy for a different event than I'm going, but I'm still going next week, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be heading out early for Junior Gold. We've got some setting up and things like that. So I might not even see you, but we're going to be in the same city.
Perfect stuff.
Yep. And I think I'm going to drive an Indy car really, really fast. What do you think about that?
You should do it.
I think I should. They have one of those in Vegas, right? You can go out to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway and go and, drive a car.
It's called exotic racing.
It is. Have you ever done it?
I have not done it yet, but I have looked into it.
Is that something you'd be interested in doing?
I think it'd be a lot of fun to put myself behind the wheels of a Ferrari and take a couple laps and see what happens.
Absolutely. I don't know if I'd be up for that. But, a month ago I was at the Go Bowling 400 in Kansas. And just kind of a funny side note on that was that we got to go on the pace car and take a lap. And that was kind of cool because, on the NASCAR tracks, they have the big banks.
Yep.
So you're in the car and you're kind of leaning to the left.
Because it's such a steep curve.
I've never done that before.
That's pretty cool.
My son is the one that got me into NASCAR. He's 7, and he knows all the drivers and who their sponsors are. So that's kind of funny. Talk about branding, right?
Absolutely.
If you had a logo infusion NASCAR, if you guys sponsored a NASCAR, Barrett would know.
That's perfect.
Who the driver of your car is, and that it's logo infusion.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Pretty funny. We've got a few minutes left of practice before getting going. 2 matches left to bring you guys. We've got the championship match right now in both divisions. So there'll be a handicap champion and a scratch champion. And then those 2 champions are going to bowl each other on 17 and 18 to be the 2016 senior TAT champion, which is kind of exciting.
That is a pretty cool deal. What's first place?
I have not got that report yet.
I think I heard 5,000.
I heard it was 5,000, and if you're wearing a Logo Infusion jersey, it goes up to 73,000.
Oh, man.
Did Ken give you authorization? The only reason I could say that is because no one in the top 4 is wearing a Logo Infusion jersey, so it could be $1 million right now, and no one's winning it.
You know how fast somebody would want to come and buy a jersey from my table?
Yeah, they would be up there.
Okay, boys, final shots. Can we get those turned over?
So we're getting ready to go into the action. So anything else that the fine folks at home should know, Brandon, about your great company? And, you guys really do. You guys have a good company, don't you?
I think so.
It's just it's a company you can root for. It's a company you can get behind. You guys always do right by your customer. You do right by us at Storm. We always have asked for things to help us out from time to time, and you guys always take care of us. You especially are like Employee of the Year. I don't know.
I appreciate that.
I told Ken that actually at Bull Expo last week. I
That's
said,
great.
Brandon is like, you found someone special with Brandon.
I appreciate that, Gary. I've had the pleasure of working for Ken for over 8 years now. So
wow,
majority of my life pretty much spent working for this company. So I enjoy what I do. I mean, it's fun to be part of the bowling industry from this side of it as opposed to being out there bowling. I mean, obviously I've got a passion for bowling. That's what I've done since I was a kid.
And you are an absolutely amazing bowler too.
Oh,
right?
yeah, fantastic. So good that I bowl 4 games a week.
Yeah, but in the day, you were a very good bowler. I have heard the stories. I know that you're a good player.
I had my time. It was fun. I enjoy getting out there and competing every once in a while. I'll play regional here and there just for fun, just to keep the blood flowing and see if I remember how to ride the bike.
Yeah. I actually forgot now how to ride the bike, by the way. It's official. After my last Nationals experience, I've officially decided that I am no longer able to ride a bicycle.
That's funny. Now this year's Nationals pattern was rather difficult. My team and I were fortunate. We had a pretty good game plan to attack the lanes, and it worked out this year. We ended up shooting 3,200, so
nice.
No complaints. We're sitting in 11th. I think we'll finish up probably around 11th, which is all right. I'm okay with that.
All right. Well, Brandon, I appreciate you stopping by the booth. And once again, for people at home, you order your custom jersey at logoinfusion.com. Also, go to the website to take a look at some of the stock jersey, which is much quicker turnaround time.
Plenty of options there.
Plenty of options.
Yeah, masterpiece, authentic, original jerseys. We've got plenty of stuff to choose from. Outside of that, you can sign up for our newsletter on the website as well. We're always sending out specials and promotions and whatnot, so stay tuned for all of those. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the fun stuff, all the fun social stuff.
The fun social stuff. Turbo Man Sr. threw a strike up there. My friend Roberto Torres. 15 and 16. You have a favorite? You have someone you think is just I know there's no favorites, but do you think someone's gonna?
I've liked Steve's look this week. I mean, watching him bowl, I haven't seen much of the handicap division. Greg or Roberto, I haven't seen them throw too many shots. And I believe Greg started bowling yesterday afternoon. I haven't seen him bowl too much out here on the pattern, but Steve's look is pretty safe and in play. I mean, from the left, it looks like he's throwing urethane would be my guess. And
he's a grinder.
Yes, he is.
I watch him, see him at tournaments, and Steve always just seems to, the harder they are,
The better he gets,
the
I can
better
imagine.
he gets. He doesn't give away the pocket too much, and he's an excellent spare shooter as well, which we always say, you know how that, it's kind of cliche. We're like, yeah, make your spares. If you come to the TAT, make your spares. But I'm telling you, the scores are not high enough that you're going to strike a bunch.
Correct.
You need to make your spares.
That's correct.
So,
Oh,
Greg,
goodness gracious.
that was a great shot.
Bad break for the 4-9 and bad break to slide the 4 in front of the 9. Just touching it to make sure it wiggles and doesn't go anywhere else. Goodness.
I think we lost Doan. I know Doan was going to come back into the booth and kind of replace you, but he's gone.
He's just disappeared.
Maybe he's working the logo infusion table.
Maybe he is.
I don't know.
Who
Could
knows?
be. I know you have work to do, so you said you got about 10-15 minutes to come visit with us, and now we've kept you here a little bit longer. I'm sorry.
Ah, you know, it's all good. I enjoy the company.
It's all good. It's all good.
Plus, hanging out with you,
I know.
it's like celebrity status right
You know-
here. Do you know where I'm sitting?
What
I'm sitting in the booth with the Gary Holzenberg. Come on.
What I thought you were going to say when I asked what was your favorite part about working, in our industry was seeing me. But
You know what?
You
I
didn't
do
say that.
I do tell you every time that I come to these events just to see you.
Right. Because we accidentally run into each other.
Oh,
It's kind
goodness.
of funny.
Seems like every event.
Now, what about your boss? Who's your big boss at Logo Infusion?
The big boss would be the guy that started it all. One gentleman named Ken Keegan.
Yeah?
And his wife, Kathy Keegan, of course.
Yeah. Saw them last week cruising around Bowl Expo, and then you guys actually had a nice display set up at Bowl Expo last week. I was really impressed with all the signage and just the magnitude of it all.
We're learning. We are definitely learning. Those larger trade shows for us are definitely fun learning experience. We get to network with a lot of the industry partners that we've made over the last couple of years, so it's very, very fun for us. So
Turbo Man Senior over there. Oh, he squashed
the old squasher.
Look at. So Turbo Man Senior, his son, told me that he's been out of bowling for quite some time. I think he had a back injury, if I heard correctly. Don't quote me on that. But he's back competing, which to me has always been my favorite thing about our sport, is that at all these different levels. So in my household, I have my wife, accomplished female professional bowler, me, who's just kind of run-of-the-mill, everyday average bowler, then my son, who's 7, and my mom, who had a stroke, unfortunately, a few years ago. We can all go bowl together.
Sure.
All of us. But we can't all go play some of the other things, like football,
Of course.
and baseball, because my mom wouldn't be able to do it, or Leanne wouldn't, or, just bowling is something we can all do at our own level and really have some enjoyment out of it.
It's a good longevity sport, that is for sure.
So I love Greg's story about coming back off a little injury. You can tell that he's passionate about his bowling. He's kind of running him out a little
Giving it
bit.
the old
He's
fist
giving
pump.
a little fist
Yep.
bump. Yeah. So
It's all good stuff, man. The energy. Love it.
$300.
So Steve up here, he missed a 7-pin on lane 20 last time up. And he's going to get another crack at it.
isn't that the way it usually works? When you kind of make an error like that, you miss, then all of a sudden you're faced with having to shoot
Oh, yeah.
again.
Oh, yeah. It's almost 100% of the time.
I know when I whiff a 10-pin, what's the next pin I'm leaving? Is
You're
a
going to leave
10-pin.
another 10-pin. If it's
Right.
not the next frame, it's the following frame on the same lane that you missed it. And he's definitely not missing another one.
No, he nailed it. You know what? It's probably because I said what a good
The
spare shooter he
Holzenberg
is.
jinx. There it is.
Yeah.
We'll definitely blame that one on you.
We found out where Doan is. Kathleen has chimed in our chat and said that we sent him to Baskin Robbins. I forgot that we did that. I think we were kidding, though. I don't think
That's great.
There
Is he
is-
bringing some back here, too?
there is. He the last words he said were mint chocolate chip. So
Sweet.
I forgot we sent him.
Well, you will remember when he brings you some ice cream.
Boy, wouldn't that be a nice treat? My team fun friends from Arizona, and they're not around right now this week. I saw Mike just a bit ago, but you know Joe Ashley and the boys from Arizona. They come in a big group. There's 20 or 30 of them. You'll know them.
I
if you
probably
see
know
them.
faces. Much
Yeah.
better with faces. These name things are getting harder and harder.
Yeah, the older we get, huh? Oh, Greg. What a
Triple.
good shot. And all of a sudden that match is bink right back together. Turbo Man Senior is just, I don't know the difference in their handicaps, so I can't tell you who's winning that match right now. I can tell you from the scratch perspective that Turbo Man Senior is.
He's in good shape.
Oh, that's high. That's high. Brooklyn.
And that counts.
Oh.
Just barely, but I think that counts.
I do not think that anything hit that one. Isn't that the way? So you remember? So he got that really good break right there, right?
Yep.
Mr. Greg. And remember the second frame just 10 minutes ago? Whatever that was. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah, not even that long ago.
He 4-9 on a good shot, then slid the 4 into the 9 for the spare. So now he got his payback.
Yeah, exactly.
Brooklyn.
It all evens out at some point.
Went Brookie.
All evens out.
Let's see if Steve can. He's got a couple 7 pins on this one.
Looks
That's a
close.
good shot.
Looks
Oh,
close.
that was a brilliant shot.
That was pretty good right there.
I could bowl the next 6 years and not throw one that good.
I beg to differ on that.
True story.
I don't know. See, when's the last time I watched you bowl, Gary? I think it was that AWBA up and down event.
Yeah, we bowled the AWBA event where, we met each other
Weird.
in Vegas. You had a booth up for Logo Infusion. You're a proud sponsor of that event, right?
Sure
so,
are.
So Storm. And I just got back from their national event in Dallas. And for those that don't know, the AWBA is the Wheelchairs Bowlers Association. And a great organization.
Absolutely.
Such great people. I've got a lot of friends now in that group, and I have fun when I see them.
Those events are fun. That is for sure.
I think we should give something away. I feel like we should do that.
Sounds good to me.
What do you want to give away?
Let's see.
Do we want to give away a storm ball or something? Maybe a storm bag. Maybe a towel.
Something.
Glass of water.
Glass of water with a nice koozie.
We'll think about it. We'll do something in the championship match.
Sounds good to me. I'm on board.
Roberto drifted high again. I feel like to me the Roberto's got to move just a hair left.
I'm thinking you're right there.
And the lanes are transitioning, of course. You could definitely tell by
Stone
Greg.
cold 7. Goodness gracious.
Off the Brooklyn. Follows
Ugh.
up with the Stone 7. Doan's making his way back into the booth, sir. Brandon, thanks for coming and visiting
I
with
will bid
us.
thee adieu, sir.
And good luck with everything at Logo Infusion. You're doing an awesome job, and you're a good friend and a great industry partner.
I appreciate
you help
that.
us out a bunch, so we appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate
All right.
it. Thank you for having me in.
Okay, take care. Mr. Doan is coming back in. He did not bring ice cream like we thought because he was gone for an hour.
The line
And
was too long.
The line was too long. Doan, welcome back.
Thank you, Gary.
We're watching a great match here. We got Steve and Greg, just our great bowlers over there having a struggle. That's a good shot. Man.
That's a heck of a pitch.
Well, you missed it earlier. Brandon and I were talking. Greg started with a split, drift a little high. Then he threw a really good shot and left 4-9. And then on the spare attempt, he slid the 4 in front of the 9.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then now he threw 4-bagger, solid 7 strikes, so he's figured it out. He's got a really good look with his snap lock. That's a ball he told me earlier. He goes, man, I switched this ball. He took the shine off it, he said, with about 3,000.
Okay.
And it's really opening the lane up for him, that new snap lock he's got. So,
Boy, if anybody out there's looking for a ball to crate back in, that's definitely the ball. That snap lock's amazing.
don't I like? My wife would like to thank you for not bringing me ice cream in the booth. save me a few calories, right?
You're very welcome, Leanne.
Turbo Man Senior. Turbo Man Senior striking. He's feeling it. All right, Mr. Steve. We were commenting on Steve. I've seen Steve bowl several different tournaments. I've never seen him bowl on like a house shot or anything that's remotely easy. Every time he shows up, they're really hard, and he always bowls good. He always does it. Always. How do you always bowl good when they're so hard? It's I think that means you're a shot maker.
Yeah, some people just have that niche.
Yeah, I think.
Your wife has that niche.
She gets it done from time to time. She's bowling on the women's tour right now, and she tells me the young girls are amazing. And by young, we're talking anyone under 40, right?
Yeah.
It's like she's like, they're all so good. You got great middle group bowlers, like the kind of the bowlers that didn't really get a chance to bowl on tour. So you got like the legend of the game, right? You got like a Leanne, a Carolyn. Then right below them is like a Kelly Kulick, who was an amazing star when the women's tour folded, right?
Oh, my God, yeah, absolutely.
And then in her generation are some, like Steph Johnsons and Clara. And I mean, there is like, you could literally list 80 people that are amazing women bowlers that are just in different, genres now. Lindsay Boomershine's out bowling. She travels with Alicia Current, and they have no shortage of talent on the new PWBA tour. And so Leanne, she's finishing, kind of top 20 kind of zone most weeks, and she's like, man, I just can't seem to get multiple rounds going together. So
You talk to young girls out there, they say Leanne always cashes.
that's a good shot right there.
That was a great shot. He just jumped in a little deeper.
So we got Greg is going to win the scratch division. Steve Harms is going to finish in second place in the scratch. And over in the other match, I would have to, even though I don't know the difference in handicap, it definitely would appear that Turbo Man Senior, Greg Walter Senior, is going to be the advancer. So you got a Greg against a Greg for the championship is how it's shaping up right here on 17 and 18.
A Greg could win then.
We got a couple people have chimed in here. Kathleen says that while you didn't bring ice cream, ironically, you have some on the front of your shirt now. So that must have meant when you left, you went and had ice cream and dripped it all over yourself. False? True or false?
Well, that's false.
False. Okay. That's false, Kathleen. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for kind of joining Storm in our broadcast booth, and I want to thank the Orleans for hosting another amazing week-long event.
This is really my favorite hotel to stay at when I come out here. I like this property a lot.
I'm telling you, I don't know the age of the property, but I can tell you last week when we were for Bowl Expo, we stayed in a very nice hotel on the Strip because that was the area where Bowl Expo was. I like it here better. I do. Nothing against the hotel we stayed at, but I love the Orleans. They have good restaurants, right? They're
Oh,
very
great
ni-
restaurants.
They just opened a fancy steakhouse, which is kind of, that's not normally our price point that we go out to
Sure.
to eat at. But there's a lot of just good restaurants here.
There certainly is.
The casino's friendly. If you like to take that, you can always sit down on a machine and kind of just play for a little bit. The pool's great. The rooms are nice. The staff is great. The bowling center, particularly, we get to work with Mr. Kaufman quite a bit in our industry, and his team does an amazing job just taking care of all the bowlers.
Absolutely. They're phenomenal.
So.
My little favorite place to go hang out is that little cafe up front, the little Java hut.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy that.
They have Wi-Fi up there?
They certainly do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, I usually
you
get down.
grab a cup of coffee or oatmeal or something like that,
Yep.
and just do your morning emails and
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Wow, that's where you're at when you're not in the bowling center, so I could find you over there.
Yes.
Doan, what's next on your little travel plans? What do you got coming up?
Well, we have Junior Gold coming up next week. Really
I
looking forward
forgot
to
about
it.
that.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Last year was so much fun, watching the Youth Bowl, and my God, these kids are so good. They are phenomenal. Not only can they execute shots well, but they understand lane play, surfaces. I mean, they're highly advanced for their age, and
Yep.
it's a pleasure watching them compete. They'll be in our little hometown of Indianapolis next week. So that's about a 2-week journey there, and then from there we got trade shows.
I think I'm going to a trade show with you.
Yeah, Minneapolis.
I love Minneapolis.
Yeah, they have.
It's a great city, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. Awesome.
Tell the folks at home about your territory.
My territory, well, I cover Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Illinois, northern Indiana, northern Ohio. I cover Michigan, and then I cover 2/3 of Canada, which the 2/3 of Canada.
2/3 of Canada.
It seems like a lot, but most of the business is done in like throughout like Montreal and Toronto, Quebec City, where that's where a good share of the business is done. I love my little territory. A lot of bowling, which I love bowling. Love hanging around bowlers. Everybody's got great stories, and that's
You do have in domestic territory, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the hotbed of bowling, I think.
I think so.
And you have the super large distributors in your network that you have to service. You take care of them. I know you love working with them. It's great.
Oh yeah.
The bowlers are diehard. There's a lot of bowlers in that part of the country.
There's a ton.
There's a lot.
The mindset's different from even in my territory. Certain parts of it, you head to one side of it, and every 2 weeks a bowler will go buy a bowling ball, so he can have a fresh surface to go ahead and compete in the league with the good jackpots and stuff.
Right.
Another part of my territory, they'll keep that same ball, and they might milk it for 3 or 4 years to keep it in their arsenal and just keep on rotating the different products in the arsenal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I
So-
guess it depends on the level that you play. Okay, we were talking about racing the other day, and we were talking about the performance tires. And I'm not a racing expert. I think I know a little bit about bowling, and I think I know a little bit about the surface texture and RA values of our bowling balls.
Sure.
And I started to think about with this racing analogy, we were talking about how their tires in a normal NASCAR race, how many pit stops they make to get a fresh set of tires. And I started thinking that, these are the best players in the world at their sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we look on the Pro Tour, and we know everyone at home, you can't go buy a new ball every week to go bowl your tournament.
No.
But on the Pro Tour, there is a lot of our tour team, and you take part in that when you go to events that are in your market area. You help ball rep for our tour players, and you've done that for a long time. And the fresh surface, it's not that the balls wear out to the point where you can't use them anymore, but just something happens to the surface texture of the ball that if you can get a fresh surface from time to time, it's definitely going to help you out.
Oh, yeah.
And just the sanding process and the cleaning of the ball. People, I think, don't take enough care for these high-performance balls. They're not designed to last forever. Just like those tires in NASCAR races, they're designed to give maximum traction for a period of time.
Yep.
And then you have to get a new set of tires.
Yep.
And our bowling balls they're designed to perform. They're performance tires essentially.
Oh, they certainly are. If you look at like surface, like dirt track racing, you'll actually see the pit crew. They come on in with it's like an electric knife, and they'll actually cut grooves in the tires to get them to where they can actually go ahead and attract friction to the surface, so that the car can what they call hook up. And the same thing with the bowling ball. I mean, the difference is when that tire wears out, you throw it away. When this wears out, you can just go ahead and resurface it again and revitalize it.
How often should the folks at home, when you have a super performance bowling ball, how often do you recommend to your customers in your market area that they go in and see their pro shop operator and say, listen, I have this ball for blank. I probably bowled about 30, 40 games, whatever that is. What number do you have in your mind that you help tell your customers about?
I think 30 games, they should look at it and
freshen the surface up,
absolutely. Right? And even go even a step further. When you do that, even take a look at the bowling ball itself, and if you get a little firm with your speed or you get a little soft with your speed, you might want to custom adjust it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe you might want to start with like a rougher grit and then smooth it out a hair bit more for someone a little bit firmer. Then someone who's a little bit softer, you might want to even smooth it out a hair bit more. So even though the ball comes and the appealing on the shelf it's designed to custom fit to your game. Just like when the dirt track racers go out and race, they custom design the tires to fit to that surface that night.
Provide the right amount of traction for what they're competing on.
Yes.
Which a ball like a Snap Lock, this new introduction that we have, it comes highly polished from our factory. But I would say most people that we're helping, we're kind of adjusting the surface right away on these balls.
Absolutely.
We've been doing it for the last few days here. Greg's throwing one right now, and he came up to me and said, man, I made this surface adjustment, enabled 280 in a qualifying round earlier today. It just opened the whole lane up for him. It just made life a little easier.
Sure.
Went through the pins a little differently, and honestly, right now, I think he needs to hit that ball with a little scuff.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like to me on this pair. 17, 18, they always seem to play a little tighter on this pair. We've covered lots of events. It's just this is actually a pretty low-scoring pair historically.
Oh, that's going to be a good match then.
Not saying someone's not throwing up a big game. I'm just saying historically they're a little tricky. So.
Well, a few days ago, a gentleman came in and he was looking for a bowling ball, and what he was looking for motion-wise was a lock. So we went ahead and we gave him a layout on it. Then we actually smoothed the surface out to try and emulate that reaction he's looking for, and rolled exceptional for him. So surface adjustment is extremely important.
Yeah. And one thing, so you know, at home, if you do not know this, you can change the surface and then change it again and again and again. And actually, every time that you do those adjustments, you're really kind of cleaning the ball while you're performing that task, right? So you're dialing in that ball reaction. You're also getting rid of some of the debris, the dirt, the oil that might build up on the shell of the ball. Because the shell of the ball is like our skin. It has pores.
Yep.
It'll soak up what you put on it, right? So
Absolutely.
if you put oil on it, its job is to kind of suck that up, right?
Absolutely.
So you got to clean it from time to time, and boy, using a product like an Aberlon pad and some cleaner, some good storm ball cleaner, I think it goes a long way.
I'll tell you what, that Reactifoam does a phenomenal job.
Yeah. What about the other Reacta Scuff?
The Reacta Scuff is amazing.
Yeah.
It's got a good
cleaning. It's like a liquid sandpaper.
It
if you've
certainly
never
is.
used it before, tell the folks what the secret is about that particular product.
Well, it's a phenomenal product, and it gives you a lot of versatility. It actually comes with some grit in it, and it's a liquid. And the nice thing about it is usually when you surface, you get a dust cloud showing up, and there's sandpaper everywhere. But with the Reacta Scuff, it's a liquid, and it's got a chemical in there which actually breaks the oil down to the molecular level. So it dissipates the oil, and it has a grit in there which you can actually put surface in the bowling ball. So it leaves about between 2,000 to 3,000 texture depending on how aggressive you are with it. So you can go ahead and create a bowling ball to create some hook. It's phenomenal, and it gets it nice and clean.
is Greg.
You know when people talk about Chad, being able to pick up a phase.
Yeah,
I've
when
seen
he
people
did the
use.
palming it.
Yeah, I've seen people use that react-to-scuff on a ball and go ahead and lift the ball off the table when they get done. It's some really amazing stuff.
By the way, I have no chance of doing it, no matter how tacky it is, because my hand is so tiny. It's never going to grip this ball.
Don't feel
Ever.
bad. You and I are in the same boat
The
there.
ball is very grippy, but my hand just can't do it. Okay, it appears that
Greg and Greg?
Greg and Greg is going to start off, and Greg Walter Sr. is going to bowl second. He's our handicap champion. Greg Neuer is he seems to have success every year here.
He's a
Greg.
good bowler.
Yeah, he's a good bowler. He is.
He's got a good roll in the ball. They just got done with the qualifying squad down there, and I just quick went down and talked to one of my friends who bowled. He shot 640, and he thought he led the squad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, scores are low. Talked to another bowler that claims there's only been 3 700 shots so far since yesterday.
And there were 2 on day 1. I
Yep.
wasn't here, but I looked at the board. I think there was another one, you're right, yesterday.
Yeah.
Today, I think 640 was about the high. I don't know.
They're pretty brutal today. They're definitely tough. Difficulty level's rather high.
I can make him look even harder if I bowl. I know that much.
You and me both.
I just proved that at when I bowled nationals. John Herman wants to know, how old do you have to be? I believe this was a 50 and over event.
Ooh, that's a tough start.
I just got some confirmation down from Jamie McWilliams. You do have to be 50 plus to bowl the senior event. That's the magic number. First place that they're playing for, $5,000.
Ooh.
$2,500 for second. Turbo Man Senior, Mr. Walters, is getting 18 total pins in this match.
Wow.
So he's got we got an 18-pin handicap difference here.
That's a good shot.
That's a good shot. I think you're out of the booth, but we were talking about Turbo Man Senior. You know the joke with Turbo Man?
No, please.
His so his son, Greg Walters, who's standing right there,
Mm-hmm.
is Turbo Man. We had so much fun calling Turbo Man action about a year ago in the Storm Challenge, and it was just had a really, so it stuck. So he just told me, he goes, "Hey, that's my dad." I go, "Really? Turbo Man Senior's here," and now here he is bowling for the championship. He's been out of bowling a little bit because I think he said he hurt his back.
I was noticing he had a back brace on.
Yeah, and so it's kind of one of them. What Brandon and I were talking about is one of the fun things and cool things about our sport is that at all different ages and skill levels you can play. So, all right, John Herman in the chat. He would like to know, how do you decide which balls will be released in the States versus internationally? He's got a ball that he's interested in that is an international release. So John, do you want to field that, or
Sure.
you want me to field that one?
Go ahead, buddy, if you want.
I think the secret is Steve Klemkin. I think we just have these international customers that want some different type products and colors that work better in their environment.
Yep.
Or different performance characteristics that they're looking for what they play on.
Yep.
And then domestically, one of the things that we do at Storm is with our test facility is we have state-of-the-art oiling machine with all the different oils that we test on all the different patterns. I think we know pretty much all the patterns that we use domestically.
Oh, yes.
Internationally, even I know SK will go down, and he'll be testing out a ball that is really targeted for something overseas, and I don't know the criteria that he's really looking for, but between these really smart folks that we have at headquarters with Steve and Victor and Hank Boomershine, and there's just a lot. Even our president, Dave Sims, right? The president of Storm. He's a former Team USA guy. He knows how to design bowling balls. He's the president of our company. He knows how to do it.
Well, he was actually he oversaw R&D. he was actually he designed the X Factor,
which is an amazing ball.
Very good
days
ball.
Gone by. So yeah, very, very fun.
And part of that with the international releases there's just certain areas that, they'll have different types of different patterns that'll play very well over there. And so having the asymmetrical balls sometimes just actually play a lot better.
So I don't know, Mr. John, if that answers your question, but it has something to do with the performance characteristics, different criteria that folks are looking for. So another question, your your average gaming. Says, Gary, can I have your job when I'm older? Sure. Sure. Sure you can. I don't want to go anywhere, but if you're going to take my job, then I guess I'm stuck. Jack Robinson wants to know what tournament this is. It's the TAT. Man, the True Amateur Tournament. This is our twice a year we get to come out here and spend a week in Vegas and have fun with these amazing folks that run the tournament, Jamie and Brad and all the folks from the Orleans. I get to spend a week with our crew. I enjoy our time together, helping the bowlers and spend some time just out on the lanes and mapping out balls, and just it's a fun event.
It's a great event.
And every year in this little broadcast booth or every tournament, I keep saying, if you haven't bowled this yet and you are of any level an amateur bowler, you should come.
You got to participate. Absolutely.
It's just an experience. It's a great tournament.
And like every year, you see new faces that show up. This tournament's growing like crazy.
Absolutely is. All right, what's our scoreboard look like? That's a big open there for Greg. 64 in the fourth. Turbo Man Sr. has got 49 with a strike up, and he's getting 18 pins. So Greg Noyer's got some work ahead of him right now.
He certainly does.
I don't know if he's liking this pair. Remember when they were doing their practice, I said it looked like he needed to kind of hit that ball with a little surface.
Yep.
I think it could use just a little more grit right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little soft off the spot.
Something that's interesting is as balls go down the lane and oil gets kind of in that shell as well, also some of those peaks and valleys, that surface roughness, that RA value kind of gets knocked down a bit, right?
Yep.
So with every throw or roll down the lane, the ball kind of is smoothing out a little bit,
It
right?
certainly does, absolutely.
Which is why all the pros carry a stack of Abralon pads so they can adjust their ball. Now, you can't do it in the middle of competition. For example, right now, Greg Noyer cannot touch his bowling ball with either a polish or a piece of sanding paper.
He's what he has is what he has.
What he has is what he has, but during practice, you can.
Yep.
So if you're bowling league at home or you go bowl a tournament, most tournaments, and you could check the rules of the specific tournament, but most tournaments say, while you're getting warmed up, you can make surface adjustments, right?
Certainly can. Even this year in the USBCs, they allowed you.
To make a surface adjustment, which,
Yep.
by the way, didn't help me.
Didn't help me much either.
So, Turbo Man Sr. has got a big split up there.
Well, this pair is a little tough, isn't it? You get it out and it hangs. You get it into here to hooks.
We're going to be here tomorrow on this very pair because we're going to have the finals that we're covering of the Storm Challenge, which we're going to give away $5,000. So we're going to call the action tomorrow afternoon live from Las Vegas again,
Perfect.
starting at 4 p.m. And then on Saturday for the main event, where we're giving away $20,000. I have to confirm that with Jamie, but I think it's $20 grand. We're going to start broadcasting at 7 o'clock that night.
Okay.
Saturday night. So if you're at home, 7 o'clock Saturday, 4 p.m. on Thursday, tune in, watch. Of course, we archive this all so you can watch it on YouTube, on our Storm YouTube channel. And, yeah. I got a little frog in my throat right now.
Well, you can pick up your Storm koozie and take a shot of water.
Storm koozie. Hey, we said we were going to give away a prize in the championship match today. Should it be a Storm koozie?
With a bottle of water in it? That's perfect.
Yeah, with a bottle of water in it. What we normally do is sit through the chat. We kind of allow people to kind of chime in.
Sure.
Should we do something?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to give away like one of the hottest balls on the planet?
I think we can.
That's kind of been out for a few months now, but
Yeah.
it is amazing.
The lock?
I don't know. Do you want to do a lock?
Let's do a lock.
All right. So what's the question? We need a question for people to have to answer. And then if there's more than one right answer, we're just going to pick between them. We'll throw them all in a little hat. We'll have Tavio, non-biased, our production guy. He'll pick out, say, hey, pick between these people, and then we'll announce the winner, okay?
Okay.
Greg he didn't think he was going to make that.
How about what were the first two scented bowling balls that Storm came out with?
Just the first scented bowling.
The first two.
The first two?
Yeah. They actually were a duo.
Okay. Well, for all those at home, we have a question. The first two bowling balls that Storm produced that had scent in them. Brent Agee, my friend back from California. You get a bonus if you tell us what the scent was.
Perfect.
By the way, no one's going to get this, Stone. Come on.
We got to have some Stormholics out there somewhere.
By the way, when I design the question tomorrow, it will be extremely easy.
I wonder if Google's on fire right now.
Anyway, what I was saying was my friend back from the Sacramento area, Brent Agee, really good bowler. He says a quick hello to everybody, and thanks, Brent, for tuning in. Appreciate it, and hope you bowled well at Nationals. I know you asked me for help prior to Nationals. He said, "Hey, you got any suggestions?" I said, "I wish I did. I bowled 9 games. I watched the good players on my pair bowl, and I still couldn't come up with much. I couldn't help him out. Sorry, Brent."
One of my friends asked me the same thing. I said, get a sub.
Mike Caverly is not. He's on the chat, but he didn't answer the question. Michael, what are you doing? I would think you might know the question again. For a Storm lock bowling ball was name the the first two balls that had scent in them from Storm products. I don't know. If you want to go to our website, stormbowling.com, you can try to find them in our, section of older product. Antonio said green apple and citrus. Those are not names of bowling balls, so Antonio, you lose. Do you know the name of the ball?
But he is close.
He's close with the cents. He is very close.
Yep. The cents are acceptable.
But you didn't get the balls. Oh, here's another one. Caverly says he lets someone else win than the staff guy. It's very nice of you, Mr. Caverly. Mr. Cavalli helps, and he runs over at South Point, that bowling center. South Point, he is in the store.
Oh,
what a stone knife!
Wow, what a good shot.
That was painful.
Yeah, that was key. That was pivotal.
Anyway, Mr. Caverly's out there. You know, in Las Vegas, I got to tell you that there's just a lot of really talented ball drillers in this town.
There certainly are.
There's just a lot of really good stores and, places you can get taken care of when you come into town in Las Vegas. There's a lot of them.
Yep, very knowledgeable guys.
Greg just stoned that 9, and now Mr. Walter Sr. is jumping up. A strike here pretty much is going to do it. I think with his 18 pins, a double would be pretty big. It's a ball change, and it's nice.
Ooh.
That was a really good shot.
That was a great pitch.
Someone's chimed in with a wipeout and tropical breeze. The answer is no. You guys have one frame to go, and the offer is off the table. You have to tune in tomorrow night when Gary designs a question, which, by the way, will be much easier to answer. Doan wanted to just make it painful for everybody. Come on, Turbo Man Senior.
There you go.
Good spare. Good spare.
Who went ahead and said it was citrus and sour apple?
Vertigo and something else. Another guess. El Nino Gold.
Well,
Personally love the El Nino Gold scent. LOL.
Grape. Well, they're in the right era there. The El Nino Gold.
Don't give them any more hints. No more hints. Tenth frame. Anybody's match. We got a possible 175 plus. He's 18 pins. Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at the fist bump. That was money. That was a great shot right there. Turbo Man Senior. Turbo Man. Original Turbo Man is too nervous to watch right now. I'm looking at him over there. It's his dad. That's his pops bowling.
Oh, that's where he is. You can tell by the hole in the carpet he's pacing back and forth.
Vertigo, not a right guess. El Nino, no. La Nina, no. Grape and lemon, those aren't bowling balls. No, that's going to hold. Oh, man, that was another good shot. I'm telling Turbo Man Senior just threw the last 3 great.
He's an animal.
He's coming off of, I think he's hit 12-year hiatus from bowling, and he's bowling for $5 grand right now. All right, so here it is, 165, 182.
So what you're saying, he just comes out of retirement just to go ahead and win?
Yeah. Well, we don't know. We don't know. Greg Noyer's he's got game.
He certainly does.
He can throw strikes, too, let me tell you. That's going to miss. Oh, he snuck it in, 165. Brings them to 183. 183. So he needs a double right here for Greg. Oh, it's got a hook.
Oh, yeah, a
It's
lot.
got a hook. Oh. It's got a hook. Turbo Man Senior wins it.
Nice bowling.
Champion Greg Walters Senior is going to be our champion of the TAT 2016. Getting a hug from Turbo Man. Very nice. Greg Neuer bowled amazing.
Congratulate
Safe.
Greg Walters Senior for
Fastest.
over $5,000 first place prize. Congratulations, Greg.
It's great bowling by all these competitors. Now tomorrow, make sure to tune in. 4 p.m. That's Vegas time, so you got to adjust your schedule. Adjust your schedule, but we're going to turn on our live streaming. And tomorrow night's broadcast, by the way, is all about fun. You have to get a 9 or a strike. You're going to have hundreds of bowlers bowling. We are going to bring the buzzer back. Jim Callahan and I used the buzzer a couple of years ago. Anytime you didn't get 9 or a strike, you're out. You're gone. So the buzzer will be in effect tomorrow night. Doan and I will be here. Doan, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for
it's always a pleasure,
thanks
Gary.
for doing this. I love when you're at events because you are, I believe, one of the most passionate people about bowling. Outside maybe my wife, who's very passionate about bowling, she says this all the time, and you said it earlier, and you probably don't even know you said it. The sport's been really good to you, and you've been really good to the sport. And Leanne always thinks that way too. She's like, man, bowling's kind of given me everything. I got my friends and family, and I made my livelihood, through it. And you genuinely feel that way. So it's
absolutely.
really fun to kind of hang out with you. You make me feel more energized about this great sport that we have. So
Thank you,
thanks.
Gary. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
Do,
All right.
Do we happen to any last guests out there?
Green apple and citrus and not a bowling ball. Rick Gunn says power bolt. X Factor, atomic charge, too fast. All wrong guesses. I'm sorry, we're not giving away a ball with tonight. Maybe we'll give away 2 tomorrow then.
We can do 2 tomorrow.
We'll carry it over to tomorrow. You have to be in the chat. You have to be watching. Trust me, it's all fun tomorrow. It's crazy fun.
Absolutely.
In the booth. So have fun. Thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate your support from Storm Products. And thanks again.
Have a nice night, everybody.